So the first thing we want to do is just show you what it is you get in the post, what's in the box, and how you should go about plugging it into your vehicle. So you will find the corrugated package inside your parcel. As you can see, it's a very well protected unit. Don't worry about too much about this serial number on the front here. It is provided on all the paperwork. So this is really meant to be for people with a good number of vehicles and wanting to keep record and track of what unit they fit to what vehicle. So the unit, as you can see here, it's a very small unit. It fits comfortably within the palm of my hands. It's very discreet when fitted, and this is the OBD standard port. In fact, we also do provide these OBD extension cables if you really want to hide the unit somewhere even more discreet, although normally that's not necessary, to be honest. But this is what we're looking for in the vehicle itself. The OBD port, it looks just like that, and the unit simply plugs into it. We're going to go and have a look at that in a vehicle in a moment, just so you can see what that looks like. Just so you know, you will also get within the package, you're also going to get some login details here, as well as some basic information about a quick start guide and again how to install it. The system itself has got a full online help, which will give you more detail on what you need to do once you receive the unit. So here you can see the unit's just been pushed straight into the port. This is a standard BMW car, and this is where you'll find the port. It's completely out of the way. I don't know if you can really tell from this perspective, but it's actually pretty hard to see when it's installed, and it only literally protrudes about 1.5 centimeters. You will often find OBD ports here, just underneath the dashboard, down just above my feet there at the driver's pedals, or sometimes on the passenger side of the vehicle. You might also see some areas there that have OBD ports. If you ever have any problems, you just need to literally do a Google search for the location of OBD ports, and you will find them there for your vehicle. Anything 2004 onwards has to have them by law, diesel or petrol, but many models did have them earlier. So typically the reason you may not have seen them before is because they're quite out of sight, and a lot of them are just under the pedals here, just above the pedals. So that's probably why you haven't seen them so far.
Okay, we're just going to take a few moments to take a look through the canDO GPS software. Just like the hardware, which is plug and play, the software has been designed from the ground up to be an awful lot simpler than your average system. So it's super easy to use and hopefully navigate through. So once you're logged in, the first thing you'll notice is that you've got a map screen there with all the vehicles down on the left hand side, your main command buttons along the top, and the map will always be zoomed in to the nearest level where it can see all your vehicles at one time. So you're probably used to the maps on your phones. They're great, but this is far more suited to commercial applications. You've got everything from the UK water borders and ferry routes down to green spaces and industrial areas. If we go to somewhere like Birmingham, for example, you've got a lot of industrial areas around. And whereas normally you just get blank space in the map and there's nothing there, here you'll find that we get building outlines, you've got boundaries, you've got everything from football stadiums to even the outlines of houses. So when you're in a commercial application, instead of that dead space, you can actually see where your vehicle's gone. Here we've got a vehicle in motion. We can see both on the screen by hovering the mouse over it, it's in a journey, the direction it's travelling, the current address, even the battery level. And it's the same information that we'll find here on the left hand side. So it's the only additional information we've got here is the actual speed limit of the road that the vehicle is travelling on. Once you've clicked on a vehicle, as you'll just see then, the map updated and the vehicle will stay locked to the map position. So whenever the vehicle moves, the map will move with it. It's not going to get lost off the side of the screen. On the top of the vehicle list entry, we've got the time and date along the top here of when the vehicle was last talking to us. But actually this is also a basic electronic tachograph which shows all the journeys that vehicle has undertaken today, indicated by solid green lines, and also the red lines would indicate that the vehicle has been idling during that journey. So it's quite natural occasionally that you're going to have some traffic. If you're seeing excessive amounts of red, it would perhaps indicate that there are fuel savings to be made. So if we join back up to that vehicle again, and we'll find out it's still currently in its journey, let's have a look at how it got there. So all the features of our system we've designed to try and make this really easy to get into, easy to access, and you only need to look at the line-by-line reports as a matter of last resort, because it's a very visual system and you can do most of your investigating through the visual tools available. So if I right-click on the vehicle that's in a journey at the moment and select Tracker Replay, what we'll see there is basically like the footprint for this vehicle today. So this is everywhere it has currently been. We can see there the average speed, maximum speed, the total mileage so far. We can download it as an Excel spreadsheet, and we can click at any one particular journey. So this is the journey he's currently in. You can see where he started. He stopped off briefly for some petrol. He started. We can look at any individual point along that journey, and this is where he was as of the last update that just came through. We could choose, for example, to just look at the points or the start and stop of the journey. We'll see the route that was taken and just a start and a stop, and it just declutters what we're looking at. There's various other options that we can choose there. One interesting one, for example, is the overspeed alerts that would show just the points where basically we're just exceeding the speed limit for that road. So talking about a couple of miles an hour here, but obviously in a situation where there's significant overspeeding going on, it allows you to manage your driver. It's not only wasting fuel, it's obviously unsafe for you and for your business. So one of the key reasons that you're probably considering investing in a system like canDO GPS will be to track mileage. So whether that's simply understanding when your vehicles need servicing, or for a mileage expense report, you want to see an odometer reading, which you can now see that we've added on the left-hand side of the vehicle list. Don't worry if you don't see that on yours, it's just because you haven't synchronized it with the software yet. Now, one thing that most tracking companies will not explain to you is the fact that GPS tracking is only about 95% accurate when it comes to recording mileage. And that is simply because when you start a journey, it does take some time for the satellite to first acquire a really good lock on the satellites. Also, if you start from an underground location or in a garage, these things can affect accuracy, and especially if you do lots and lots of short journeys. So you're looking at about 5% drift between what it says on the clock and what it says on the system. Now, most systems, when you install them, they will type in an odometer value on the day it was installed, and that's it. And you mark my words, you know, a month, 6 months, 1 year, 3 years down the line, what you've got written on the odometer in the system will really not match what you have on the actual vehicle itself. So we've put a really unique system in place, which is an ODO synchronization. Now the synchronization is really clever. We can do this at any time. We can, if we've got a mileage reading from 2 weeks ago, we can just simply go back 2 weeks, set the time that the mileage was recorded, enter the value, and update it into the system. That will then resynchronize all of your reporting, all of your business mileage going back for whatever period of time. We can also look at the past synchronizations that we've put into the system, and we can also delete a synchronization if we've made a mistake. So this is a really unique feature. It keeps us very accurate. We would suggest that you synchronize once a month. However, you know, the system gives you the flexibility to do it once a year or once every 6 months, as often as you want. But whenever you catch sight of that vehicle, it is worth synchronizing it. The more accurate you put the data in, the more accurate your business mileage will be. And business mileage is super easy to record on this. So if I just go into the visual journey replay, okay, so we've got just one journey from today so far. Let's have a look back at yesterday. You'll see that we've now got these settings in here, which select a personal or a business journey. You literally just go in and click on the vehicles which are business journeys and mark them as such on the system, so that you know, it's easy for it to calculate the business mileage. If you've got a vehicle that is used purely for work, then you'd probably do it the opposite way around and say that, well, my default type of business journey is business journeys, and then you're just going in and marking the ones that are personal. So it's really, really simple to use. You just go through, maybe at the end of a week is when I do mine, and get all my mileage recorded. In terms of reporting, you'll now notice, if we look at this vehicle here again, let's just go back, let's go back a week. If we look at that vehicle, we've now got a new report inside the system, which is a business mileage report. If we generate the business mileage report, it will calculate, including all of our synchronizations, it will calculate the start and end odometer, both at the start and end of the report, but also for every individual journey that is listed as a business journey. Literally, the only thing that needs to be done with this report is to either hand it to your accountant or calculate your pence per mile on this mileage. And this is a full tax compliant report. So this can be used as the evidence that the HMRC requires when it comes to filing your business expenses. One of the reports within the system is so significant it really deserves its own mention. So within the reports menu, we earlier went through the other reports on there, but there was one here, the fleet daily activity. This is something that follows on with the whole theme of a visual journey through the system, drilling down into more detail and more detail as you go. So this system is just your fleet at a glance on any given day, for the whole day, a morning or afternoon view, just stretches those journeys out and allows you to see in a bit more detail. So you can just cycle through any day by clicking on the arrows either side, or just selecting a specific date from the drop-down calendar. So at first glance you might just be going through a sheet of timesheets, see what time the first journey and the last journey of the day were, and if there's anything in there that needs investigating, you can literally just hover the mouse over it. It'll give you the journey start, end, plus the locations. That's probably enough for you to know what that vehicle was doing. If you need another layer of detail, just click on it. It will then load it into the visual journey replay for you, and you can see in detail what was happening during that journey, or in fact look into any others while you're there. Now at that point, once you've finished investigating, you'll notice the fleet activity window here has just been minimized. You just click on the button and it pops back up again, and you're free to carry on and investigate to your heart's content. One of the features that we are really proud of on the new canDO GPS is the impact detection system. It's pretty much exactly as it sounds. If a serious impact is detected, it will come up with this alert box here. It will highlight it on the screen via very visible red increasing circles, and also the vehicle on the list here will also be highlighted to you as well. So the only time you'll see this is if there's a serious impact detected, or if a unit has been unplugged. So it's notifying you if someone's taken the tracking system out of the vehicle. They're very simple. Just to remove the alert, we can just click on that button there, and obviously the alert disappears on the system straight away. And in terms of setting this up, within your account settings here, you will notice that you've got the alert settings here. You can just untick or tick those boxes with your preferences. This window, by the way, will come up the first time you log into the system. So this is probably one of the first things that you've already seen. You've also got in here the detection notification. You'll notice when you click that, it does come up with a warning to say this is a best effort scenario. It's not foolproof. You might have a very heavily laden vehicle that hits a particularly deep pothole, and it does trigger a false activation. So it's not foolproof, but it is an extremely good indicator that a serious impact has occurred, and something that you should be looking into on behalf of your staff members. The canDO GPS system has also got a live traffic overlay built into it. So that is real-time traffic data. We're looking at a part of central London at the moment, which will usually have some good events in it. So we just literally activate the layer by clicking on the traffic icon. You've got a key down in the right-hand corner there, which tells you we've got slow traffic, stationary traffic, and we've also got, for example, several points of roadworks on the map as well. Now the actual delays are shown directionally as well. So you can see here that this is just on the southbound part of the Blackwall Tunnel where we've got traffic delays, as you'd probably expect. And this allows you to plan your journeys, plan your staff, maybe give them the heads up about what kind of journey route they should be taking. So let's look at some useful functions here. If we've got an awful lot of vehicles on the list, we've got clients out there, they've got hundreds or even thousands of vehicles within their account managed via groups, etc. But still, it's if you want to be able to find someone in there, we've got a search as you type window here. Basically, as soon as you start typing, it will start narrowing down to the people that are available. So we can find people very quickly. Click on the list and obviously they will appear on the map. We can also do the same with locations. So on the bottom left hand corner there, if we type in a location, if we type in, for example, canDO GPS headquarters, it will drop a pin on the map, as you can see there. And we can also right click and find the nearest devices to that, and it will sort them out in an order of closeness. This is fantastic if you've got jobs coming in and you want to find out where the nearest vehicle is. And if you already know the location, you can right click anywhere on the map and it will work it out for you. Fences, quite simply, are a easy way of displaying on the system a location that's known to you. So instead of Chalkdale Drive and Milton Keynes, MK5, etc., what we've done is we've put down a fence here, and now on all the reports, as well as on the vehicle locations on the left-hand side, it's now going to come up with that address. So it just makes it more meaningful. It's easier to go through the reports. We've got a full fences functionality on the menu here, but to add a fence anywhere is very simple. We just right click on add a fence, enter in a name that makes sense to you, adjust the size of the fence, maybe adjust the position ever so slightly. And if we enter one or multiple email addresses into the contact section here, we can also have the system email us when any of your vehicles go in or out of that fence. So we've already seen a little bit on reports on the system, for example, the detailed visual overlay of where somebody's been, but obviously we've got some series of other reports on the system here. The detailed report is a report that you will see on most tracking systems. It's literally every single update from the tracking unit into the system, ignition ons, offs, speed limit on our particular system, and as at every 30 seconds. So this for me is a report of last resort once all the visual stuff has not provided you the level of detail you need. We find being able to see a journey is much more beneficial, but we do still understand people need this more traditional sense of report. You can print straight from the system, or you can save it as a PDF file or Excel spreadsheet, depending on how you need to access the data. The start-stop report is, as it sounds, this is quite useful. It's on a compact way. It's allow you to print out for your drivers or for your fleet manager a list of all the vehicles over a day or date range. It would allow you to maybe indicate which one's private versus business journeys, etc. The idling report will do that over a slightly longer period of time. This literally is just indicating to the system when that vehicle has been ignition on, but idling for over 5 minutes, so it's a more significant, not just stuck in traffic, maybe wasting fuel consumption is what we're really looking for with this particular report. If I now go to a speeding report, we'll look at that over a week, let's say. Speeding reports is different to most. Rather than just a flat overspeed, let's say more than 70 miles an hour, you'd be worried if someone was doing 70 in a 30 zone. What this report is really designed to do is to show you, based on the actual speed limit for the road that vehicle is on, individual speeding occurrences. And if it's not enough just to look at on this little screenshot map that we provide here, it's also hyperlinked, so you can take it through to a mapping provider and explore the area in more detail. On the visual journey replate, that's exactly the same as what we showed you on the right-click menu. The fleet daily activity is one that will show on its own because it's such a unique report. The fleet totals, yet again, this can be done over a date range. So let's look at where we are to date for the year. We've got an average CO2 of 230 grams over all of our vehicles. We've done 3,200 miles as a fleet, 441 journeys in total there, and you've got a total journey time. And also, for those who are conscious about such things as CO2 output for the fleet. The canDO GPS system is available for any PC or Mac, but we do also have a light version. This will run on any internet-enabled device such as a phone or a tablet. You've actually got quite a few features within it, so you can still click on a vehicle, see where it is, and if it's in a journey it will move and update in real time. We can look at the details of where it is currently and what speed it's doing, and we can even show history for any given date that's available. The canDO GPS system has got a fully functioning online help built right into the software. This is the first port of call if there are any questions that you might have, as well as having our contact details here. You've got everything from how to log in and plug in your unit for the first time, through to software functions and the different types of reports available to you, what they do and how they work.